Welcome to my channel, The Art of Horror. My name is Kevin, and these are the Alien Abduction Diaries. This is the second entry, The Beach Party. I'm 11 years old, the year is 1983. It is New Year's Eve, Marion Bay, South Australia. It is a small fishing town on the Yorke Peninsula, and it is the southernmost tip of Australia. While it is quite a popular holiday destination these days, back then it had a very small population, under 50 people, and a smaller population of holiday goers who would stay in corrugated iron shacks over the summer. My family and I would go there around Christmas time every year, sharing a small shack with another family. It was very modest accommodation, boasting an outdoor toilet with a sign that read, "If it's brown, flush it down, and if it's yellow, let it mellow." To have a shower, you would first have to heat the water to temperature in a copper, then fill a container on a bush shower with the warm water. My days were filled with exploration, adventure, swimming and fishing, and we would have entire pristine beaches to ourselves with no souls to be seen for miles in any direction. This New Year's Eve, all the families in the area gathered at the shack we were staying at. The adults stayed indoors having their party, while myself and all the other children went down to the beach to have a bonfire. A lot of the kids were older teenagers, and there were a few of us younger children hanging around. One of the older lads was playing an acoustic guitar and singing. It was the first time I ever heard the song Stairway to Heaven. They also had a portable battery-powered tape deck, and I heard for the first time Black Sabbath's Iron Man. They kept replaying the intro of the song, and I'd never heard anything like that. As I sat warming my toes in the sand heated by the fire, listening intently to the older children, that is when I noticed the glow. Out towards the horizon there was an orange light, what seemed like was coming from under the water. It was pulsating, growing smaller, then larger, then smaller again. I pointed it out to the others, and they stopped what they were doing to join me looking at this weird light. That is when the orange glow lifted. It shot upwards, pretending to be a star, flew in erratic angular patterns, flashing a strobe light intermittently, then pretended to be a star once again. It then shot back down into the water. The older lad who was playing the guitar exclaimed, "That's a UFO," and started to impart all he knew on the subject. This was a night of many firsts for me, and this was the first time I had heard about how people had seen UFOs. And that the myth was that they were not of this world. We watched the amber light do the most impossible things. Fly above the water, you could see the reflection. Under the water, the light refracting and bending like a torch was under the depths. White lights still strobing occasionally, and all the lights would go out, then blink on again in a completely different place. It submerged once more and came in closer. That was when I realised how big this thing was. The light coming from under the water spilled onto the beach, washing over everything with an ambient orange glow. White lights came on from under the huge, amber glowing dome shape. I had become aware that everyone had grown very quiet. I felt like I was alone in that moment. I was absolutely terrified. The description the older lad had spoken of earlier rang in my head. People think that UFOs are from other planets. At that point, the giant craft slowly lifted out of the water. I could hear the liquid crashing off of it. The sound of a lot of water being displaced was very loud. There was no sound coming from the actual craft itself, and the entire dome was glowing. There were a lot of white lights underneath. In these lights I could see the shadowy figures. They were windows, I thought to myself, and something was looking back at us. What looked like a small city rose up in front of me. All the lights were reflected onto the surface of the ocean. Waves were crashing into the shore. The whole thing just hung there, just above the surface. I wanted to run, but my feet would not move. It was like I was standing in mud. At that point, all I remember were the lights growing brighter, blindingly so, and then a huge flash of light. And then it was just gone, in the blink of an eye. One of the girls was sobbing, and the rest of us looked at each other, the light from the fire the only illumination now. We ran back to the shack to tell the adults, only to be met with laughter and mockery. My mother told me it was well past my bedtime after wishing me a Happy New Year. I looked at the clock. It was just on 1 o'clock, and I felt very odd, as I swear the evening had just begun. We went down to the beach and started the fire just on sundown, around 8:30 p.m. The UFO had appeared, and we watched it for what seemed like 10 minutes, but hours had passed. We had missed ringing in the new year. To this day, I do not recall what happened in those missing hours. This has been Kevin for The Art of Horror. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please rate, comment and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Take care now. Goodbye.